a one desk filming setup because it's literally on one desk. I know sometimes people bash the small ring lights, but on a budget, if you're watching this, you most likely have a YouTube channel and you want to see how others set up their filming, or you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel and you want to gain some inspiration or ideas on how to set up your filming. Personally, I have a one desk kind of YouTube setup on a budget, meaning most of my things are from Amazon and I do believe they are all pretty much affordable. I will link everything below if I can find them because I did get a lot of these things a lot of years ago. And if you're subscribed, you know that this video is not one of my usual videos. I usually film hair, wigs, makeup, skincare and other random things, and I guess this is one of the random things that I wanted to film, so that is how we have ended up here today. I hope you enjoyed this video, so let's get started. Firstly, let me give you an overview of everything. I'm calling it a one desk filming setup because it's literally on one desk. I don't really have a lot of things, like the setup isn't huge. It's just one desk with a few little things here and there. So as for the table was custom made, so I can't really link it. Like I literally just sketched it and then gave it to a local carpenter and they made the desk for me. So yeah, I love my desk. It makes me feel productive. As I mentioned, this is a budget friendly YouTube setup because I know as a beginner, personally, I was not trying to spend a lot on equipment, and a lot of these things I actually built up over time. Honestly, I'm still kind of building up and learning as I go. With that being said, let's move on to filming equipment. Personally, I use my phone. I have been using my phone since the beginning of my YouTube journey. Honestly, I'll just recommend filming on your phone as long as it's a smartphone. Most likely the back camera will be good enough. If you are fortunate enough to have a camera or to invest in a camera, then by all means do so. But of course, being on a budget and if you're not sure how dedicated you are going to be to this YouTube thing, then by all means film on your phone. I'm literally filming on my iPhone right now, and actually my most viewed video which got this channel monetized was filmed entirely on my iPhone 6 with me holding the camera or me trying to balance it on a camera tripod, which it didn't even fit, but I just balanced it on there. It was very embarrassing, but I did what I had to do to make it work, and that video blew up. Like, it didn't need any fancy equipment, didn't need any fancy editing, lighting. It was a very basic video filmed on my iPhone 6 and it blew up. So my point is, you do not need to invest in like a super expensive camera to get started. As long as you have a smartphone, you clean the back camera, you will be good to go. So gone are the days of me balancing my phone on a camera tripod and it falling over so many times. I now use a phone holder. I can't really call it a tripod because it doesn't have those 3 legs. I'll obviously insert a video of it, but it kind of grips like this. So you kind of screw it down and it grips onto any sort of surface or table. But yes, I still call it a tripod because I don't know what else to call it. Now bear in mind, I didn't start off having this. I started off just balancing my phone where I could. But I would recommend, if you're limited to a few investments, I would recommend a tripod or a phone holder just because it makes your life so much easier. My phone would always fall down when I would balance it on things, and it's just not worth potentially cracking your phone. And you could probably use the phone holder or the tripod for other things outside of YouTube, so it would still be a worthwhile investment. Now the phone holder I'm using right now, I didn't actually buy myself. It was a birthday gift from my mom and sister, so shout out to them for supporting the hustle. My sister saw how my phone kept dropping, but how I kept filming, so she could see that I was dedicated to this YouTube thing. So she got me the phone holder for my birthday. But yes, it has literally saved my life and made filming so much easier. So I will link below a similar one if I can find it. I mean, Amazon is full of these things, so I'll definitely probably find it or find something as similar. But another probably cheaper alternative is literally just a selfie stick. I don't really use this, but I do plan on starting because it is super practical. Like, it's one of those that doubles as a tripod. I've had this for 7 years and it's only a few weeks ago when I realized how to turn it into a tripod. I would always just think this thing was broken. Like, I just thought it was broken because it wouldn't stand. For some reason, one day I just decided to twist the bottom, and now it stands. Like, it's a tripod, it's a mini tripod. So if you want an alternative to a full tripod slash something that can double up for maybe vlogging and holding your phone as you vlog, then I would definitely recommend a selfie stick. I remember these used to be embarrassing back in the day, but like, it's 2023, like, do what you need to do, and these things are super helpful. It does come with a little remote that Bluetooth connects to your phone, so you can press play and pause and start and stop on your phone without having to go back and forth to your phone. Now, of course, if you're filming on your phone and if you're using the back camera, the downside is that you can't really see yourself. You can't see if you're in shot, if you need to move anything in the background. So a little hack that I personally use, it's limited to Mac users or iPhone and Mac users, but I basically just connect my phone to my laptop. I go on QuickTime Player, I go on File, and then I go on Movie Recording, I believe, and then I select my iPhone, and then as my phone is hooked up to my laptop, I can literally see myself, see if I'm in shot, see if I'm ready to get started filming. So that's just a little hack for you Mac users. I'm not really sure how that can work for maybe Windows users, so if you have any viewfinder hacks for connecting your phone to your laptop, then please do comment below and share with those who use Windows laptops, because that would be super helpful, and I find it super helpful to be able to see what I'm doing or just see if I'm in shot. Or an alternative is literally just a mirror. Like, I like to hold the mirror behind. I like to hold the mirror behind my phone and just check that everything is okay while I'm filming. But I don't really have to do that because I have the QuickTime Player hack. Okay, moving on to lighting. Now, I know lighting can be a super big deal for YouTubers, especially TikTokers. But like, to be honest, it's not super necessary, and it's not going to hinder your progress if you don't have all this fancy lighting. Personally, I do like the pink and purple LED lights. Funnily enough, I actually do have the LED lights that change colors, but I've just been so lazy to put them up and not that committed. So we'll see what I end up doing with that. I'm not a super decorative, creative person like that. But yes, I personally do love LED lights, but this isn't something that's a necessity. I'm still yet to use them, and it has not stopped me creating content. So let's talk about the basic lighting that you do need. Number one is daylight. The best light you can ever get is daylight. Personally, I'm recording with daylight right now, plus a ring light, but the daylight is my main source of light, and that is my favorite source of light. So as long as you have good daylight, make sure that your camera is kind of facing a window or something. Don't obviously face away from the light, because then you'll be in the shadows. Make sure that everything is well lit and that you can see yourself clearly. But daylight is not always reliable, and that is why I got the small ring light. I know sometimes people bash the small ring lights, but on a budget, the small ring light will do. I know some people say it's harsh. The only time I've experienced the small ring light to be harsh is at nighttime. So when the sun is going down and you have your ring light super bright, then yes, it can be very harsh and make your video or your recording look very artificial. So maybe reduce it, but otherwise try your best to get all your filming done during the day, unless of course you're filming night content. I'm pretty sure my little ring light can stand by itself. It has the 3 tripod legs, but because it's so small and I needed it to face me directly, I actually had to zip tie it on. It was a struggle, but I did what I had to do to get the best lighting. Next up, we have your background. Now, personally, I like a minimalistic plain background. If you notice on most of my videos, the background is usually as plain as it can possibly be. I just feel like it helps to keep me the main focus of the video, but having a distinct background isn't a bad thing either. I actually think maybe having an interesting background could contribute to your personality or the types of videos or content you make and actually add to your videos. That's just not me. Like, I like plain, simple, straight to the point type of thing. So I'd say for your background, as long as it's clean, clear, tidy, and we can see you clearly, then it doesn't really matter, and as long as it's not distracting, of course, you can pretty much have any type of background you want. Okay, so for your sound quality, there's not really much to say, just one or two things. So as long as you're in a room that doesn't have an echo and your mic can pick up your voice clearly, then your sound isn't too much of an issue. I do find that I do have to maybe shout a bit more so that my phone can pick up my voice. That's if I'm recording further away. But right now I'm quite close to the camera, so even me just talking at a normal pace, I know that my mic will pick up my sound. But I did recently upgrade to a mini microphone, and to be honest, I won't lie, a mini microphone has been life-changing. I don't use it all the time, but especially when I'm doing my voiceovers, it just helps to maybe stop those little P sounds, and that kind of helps to, I don't know, it helps the sound quality. It's more concentrated. This sponge thing or cover for the mic reduces the sharpness of your voice. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes your voice sound less harsh on the mic. But yes, a mic is not a necessity for starting, but I would recommend it just to improve your audio quality, especially if you're doing voiceovers or maybe videos that maybe require your voice to sound a bit more soft or have your voice be the main focus. Okay, moving on to storage. Now, depending on your situation, this may be relevant or irrelevant. For me, this is highly relevant because being a Mac and an iPhone user means that you are limited to the storage capacity that you have bought your products with. So that means I cannot store everything on my phone. Come to think of it, are storage cards still a thing for Android users? Not even in a shady way, but I remember when I had an Android phone, I could easily upgrade my storage by changing the storage card, and that was the quick fix for it. So is that still a thing? Because if so, then you guys are so lucky that you can just increase your storage like that. But yes, unfortunately for Apple users, you can't just do that. So that is why I use an external hard drive. Now, these can be a little bit pricey. I got this from Amazon and it was one of the most affordable / good quality ones. And so far I've had no real issues. It does the job pretty well. Plus it backs up my laptop, so it's kind of a 2-in-1 bonus. I will link it below. It's also super helpful because as I pre-film my videos, I can just store them in here before I have to edit them, because trust me, if I kept all of that storage on my phone, I would have been run out of space by now. Okay, last but not least, we have editing. I didn't know whether to include this part or not, but as a beginner, maybe you just want to know how to edit your thumbnails, edit your videos. Personally, there are 4 main apps I use and they are all free. I mean, number 1 is iMovie. I know that sounds very elementary, especially for you pro editors that sound so basic, but £300 for Final Cut Pro? We're gonna stick with iMovie for now. I mean, iMovie does the most basic things you can imagine for editing, and it's a great way to get you used to the editing process. Do be aware, iMovie is very limited and gets very boring very quickly, which is why I have upgraded to using CapCut. I don't know if you can call that an upgrade or not, but it is for me because I have been using iMovie for so many years, and it's only now that I realized I have severely hindered my editing process because I could have been doing so much. You can't even really add nice text on iMovie and like move the text wherever you want it to go. So I would highly recommend for a beginner to maybe just jump straight into using CapCut. I'm just so used to iMovie right now. I'm kind of making that transition, so I would do a basic edit on iMovie and then I will move over to CapCut to add in any text or anything fancy that I can't really do in iMovie. But of course, if you're not a Mac user, then definitely just jump straight into CapCut. You will learn so many new things at a quicker pace that iMovie adds from coming from iMovie. For editing my thumbnails, of course, I use Canva, as I'm sure a lot of us use Canva and are very much familiar with it. I'm pretty sure all of us at this point have probably used Canva for something, if not YouTube related. So yes, I edit my thumbnails on Canva. I do use the free version, which means I have to use another app to remove the background of some pictures, because I feel like separating the background from you as the main focus in your thumbnails or just certain things can enhance the clickability of your thumbnails. So yes, I don't exactly remember the name of the app, but I'm sure I will show you somewhere on the screen. Okay guys, that is my basic budget friendly YouTuber beginner setup all in one desk. I hope that was inspiring, motivating, or gave you a few ideas to kickstart your YouTube journey. And as I mentioned before, you don't have to get all of these things at once. Personally, I started off with just my phone and a little camera tripod, which I would balance my phone on, and that was it. All of the things I mentioned I got along the way as I learned different things here and there, so you can definitely build this up over time as your level of commitment to YouTube increases. And remember, there are only 3 months of 2023 left. I mean, as I'm recording this, it is September, so basically 3 months left of 2023. So if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, then do it. Like, do it right now. I started this channel in November 2021, and then I got monetized just 4 months later. So anything is possible, guys. With just a few videos, I got monetized. So just start. Literally right now after this video, get a pen and paper, write down your video ideas, write down a plan, research if you have to. Just get started before the end of the year. Don't wait for 2024. Don't wait for new year, new me, new beginnings, this and that. Just get started now so that you can enter the new year on a roll. By that time, you could have possibly built up a community and started something amazing for yourself. I mean, in 4 months, I started making passive income just from posting a few videos. So it is definitely worth it. Don't wait until the new year. Start now. If you have something to share with the world here on YouTube, even if it's one thing, make that one video and get started. The rest will just come as you go. That was my little bit of motivation for you if you need it, but I'm sure you'll do great on your YouTube journey. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.